Hey, book friends, welcome back to Books I Read. I'm Sheila and I'm so glad you're here. We're going to do some bookish things here. Obviously, it's a book channel. Today is our chapters 8 through 14 buddy read. Woo! And today is Harlan Coben's birthday. Happy birthday, Harlan Coben! Woo! And we are doing his very first publication that I know of, that I've researched, all that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Play Dead. So that's what we're doing. Chapters 8 through 14. Are you guys ready? I am ready. I'm ecstatic. Are you ecstatic?
We've been ready for like a day now.
We have been ready. Actually.
She keeps telling me, I want to talk about it right now.
Yeah, I'm like, we can't talk about the book yet. We can't talk about the book yet. All right. So anyway, we are starting, obviously, as I said, chapter 8. Oh, and if you don't like the way we're doing it, my husband's here. You guys know this if you've been watching our buddy reads now for a little while. But if you don't like the way we're doing it, you know what you could do. And hi, Harlan Coben's dog, Winslow, and I'm not sure what the other dog's name is. I can't remember. But anyway, I think it's Winston, but I could be wrong. So, somebody could correct me. All right, anyway, chapter 8. Laura, okay, I have my notes, so I know what to talk about. All right, so in this chapter, I have wrote down, Laura is back at her company delegating things that she wants done. Because she's like, oh my god.
She's like barking orders.
Yeah.
She's like,
yeah. Because shit's a mess. Because she's been away, obviously. And she's been away for like a month, I think.
2 months or something.
Something like that. It's been like a month or two. Now, Stan visits her. And they're talking about dinner. And she's trusting Stan at this point still. And I don't know.
This is where she looks at him and she's like,
she is having a feeling.
She's doing the whole, you're his brother, you should get some of his estate.
Right. But she also finds, or no, I don't know if she found out at this point in time.
No, she didn't know what he had done.
She didn't know that Stan and Gloria were a thing just yet. But Stan and Gloria have slept together in this chapter.
Yeah. But Stan's coming across like, I don't want it. He's like doing the like reverse psychology thing on her.
Yeah.
And it kind of like pulling her in.
Yeah. And then Gloria, we also find out in this chapter, she has a past of abuse and drugs, that Laura had came to her to save her pretty much. And saved her from some very horrible abuse. We're not going to say that word. But she wanted it. Gloria was so bad off, she actually wanted to kill herself. So that was very sad for me that Gloria was going through all of that. Right. That's horrible to go through all that. All right, and then we also are, I don't know if you guys feel this way. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But the patient, I feel, is David.
Dum, dum, dum.
Dum, dum, dum. Now, why... Now, I asked myself in this chapter, why does David hate Stan? Because at this point, we still don't know. And I was also asking myself, why in the hell would David do this to
Why
Laura?
would he put a person that finally let somebody into her
Well, we're not
space?
talking about Gloria.
No.
We're talking about Laura.
I'm talking about Laura, too.
Yeah, but she's a popular lady, though.
But
if he loves her so much...
Agreed.
Why would you do this to her?
But if you remember, earlier in the book, when they were first dating, she was like backing off on him.
I know,
and she was afraid to open up.
Exactly. All right, going into chapter 9 now. I have in my notes, we find out a little bit more about Stan's background. And Stan attacks Laura in her office.
Right.
But that was weird.
Well, TC had come in and talked to Laura.
Right.
And she had told him that she was going to do what she was going to, give him some of the money from his estate.
Right.
And he's like, no, you're stupid. No. And then he goes through and explains to her what's up.
Right.
Leading up to Stan coming back to visit her the second time.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say, we kind of find out the reason why David and Stan were divided.
Right.
And do we know or do we not know who the patient is? Do we know or do we not know? I know. I know it was David at this point. I'm like, that patient is David. But why is he doing this? Do you guys feel the same way, though? Do you feel here in chapter 9 that the patient is David? Do you?
I felt like that from the beginning.
You felt like that in the beginning.
Yeah, I felt like that from the beginning, that something was, what the heck is up with that, you know?
And I wrote down in my notes, is someone after David And is that why he went hidden under, hiding his identity, changing himself? Or is it about the basketball crap? What do you guys think? Because remember those guys beat him up.
Right.
And he couldn't play in that game, right? Because he got beat up or something like that?
Right.
So is that what he's after now? Was that, because he missed his chance, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. All right. I have to take my staples out here. Chapter 10. Chapter 10. Let's find chapter 10 here. There it is, chapter 10. In chapter 10, this was a very short chapter, and all I wrote here was, who shot Sinclair? And who is behind the couch?
That was really weird.
Right.
I kind of left my brain kind of rolling. It's like, what? It was kind of like out of nowhere.
I kind of felt like, remember how old Harlan was when he wrote this, okay? But I kind of felt like I don't feel like it blended with the story very well. I mean, as you read on, I think it starts to piece together. But when I first read it in chapter 10, when I first came to chapter 10, I'm like, okay, I had to go back and read the prologue. Because I'm like, wait, what? So that kind of threw me for a loop. Okay, before we continue, you guys are going to go see me make the muffins for Harlan Coben, and then you're going to come back. Back. So we have the muffins. We have the Betty Crocker blueberry muffins, as you guys see me make. And we have the Martha White blueberry muffin package. They were both $1. So we will try these, but let's light a candle for Harlan Coben's birthday. Oh, shall we sit here? Let's go like this. We'll go like this first. I got the less stinky one because I've been dealing with just my shoulder hurting, which is causing headaches for me. Ow, that was hot. Come on, light. Okay, that was the hardest candle to light. Holy crap. Okay. So, we have the candle. Okay, so ready? Here, honey, I gotta borrow your hand for a second. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. You look good, you look fine, you're a good writer. We're so happy to read your books. Happy birthday to you. Alright, let's try these muffins. We're going to try the Betty Crocker one first. I didn't eat. I got the shakes. Probably should have ate before I done the video, huh? Ooh.
It's a Fran Drescher diet.
Right? Ooh, that's really good.
Eat your dessert first, and then eat your food afterward. That's pretty good.
I put, if you guys seen the video or you didn't skip it, you guys seen that I put my son's homemade blueberry jam in there. Alright, let's try the Martha White one. I feel like the Martha White top was a little smoother where the Betty Crocker one cracked. But that's no big deal.
Does it taste good?
Still tastes good.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, it still tastes good. Oh, I feel like it's a Frogger muffin. That one seems to fall apart. Oh.
I like that one better.
Okay.
I like the Betty Crocker one.
My husband likes the Betty Crocker muffin better. I don't know.
Don't know why. They do.
I don't know. Something in the mix?
Pretty tasty.
Let me try that one again. The Betty Crocker one, I feel like it has more flavor.
I like the texture too.
Yeah, the texture is better. I don't know. I feel like this one is a little more dry. It doesn't have as good a flavor.
I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It is a good, yeah, but it's not as good as this Betty Crocker.
Not as good as the Betty Crocker.
Nope.
So, go for the Betty Crocker. But if you can't find the Betty Crocker, get the Martha White. Because it's still good. And put some blueberry preserves or blueberry jam in there. It's really good. All right. Let me rinse my palette here and we'll be
All
back.
right.
Chapter 11. What do I have wrote down? I have Stan and Gloria are at the inn and the bee man arrives.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of ugly. Stan is starting to try and tell her about his past at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And she is bringing up some of the stuff that's happened to her as well. Which, like you said, or you start to learn a little bit more about the characters and whether Stan's being truthful or not in this whole thing. Who the heck knows?
Yeah, we do know.
Maybe
Because B-Man comes in, kicks his ass supposedly, and he takes the capsule, the blood capsule out of his mouth.
I mean,
and she has wrote B-Man the check, and that was the whole thing. He said
he
this up.
scammed her again, which is very true. You're right. The dude's he's just a piece of crap. I mean, let's face it, Stan is just a piece of crap.
I just wonder.
TC has
I
got
just
him
wonder
nailed,
though
but
if
he's got
Stan
him.
is really going to fall in love with Gloria, and is he really going to change his ways, or is it possible for him to change his ways, or what? Because he does feel something a little different for Gloria from that, I guess, because he didn't really want them to hurt her. At least it didn't seem like it to me. Like he really, really didn't want them to hurt her. I don't know. But I could be wrong. All right, anyway. Who the hell is this reporter, Mark Seidman? Do we believe Mark Seidman is David?
I'm thinking.
I'm thinking so too.
Well, as they okay, he's.
I'm thinking David wanted a new start.
The very first thing that the doctor what's that guy that comes in to see him do? Hands him a basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
He's working out on the weights. He's like gets a
I
basketball.
think it was all about missing that game when he got beat up because of his brother.
And,
I think that's what it is. He wants a new start.
It's he's and then he's trying to figure out a way how he can get himself back into the professional leagues with coming in as a nobody.
As a nobody.
Where no one's ever heard of him, no one's ever seen him, no one knows anything about this person. But he is phenomenal at doing what he does.
I agree. I totally agree. I think it's a plan of survival or a new start or something like that. All right. Moving forward to chapter 12. And if you guys have anything you want to talk about in chapters 8 to 14 or 8 to 11 so far, please put it in the comments below. We could discuss your questions because that's fun. If you guys see something we didn't see or you guys think something that we haven't thought about, that would be great. That's what the whole Buddy Reads
If I
is
talk
about.
too much, put it in the notes.
If I talk too much, I don't know what to tell you. You can always find something else to watch, I guess. All right, chapter 12. Gloria is back in the office. Gloria and Laura have words about Stan.
Right. Well, Laura had talked to Gloria's psychologist or whatever it was, because she, TC had told her what's going on with Stan, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
She's just trying to
Protect her
break it
sister.
to her in a calm fashion where she doesn't push her away, kind of deal.
Or push her closer to Stan.
Right.
And that's even what TC, or I think TC says.
It's.
Or the therapist, whatever it is.
The therapist did that.
Yeah, whoever said that.
She does well for a little while, I think, but I think then she kind of loses her composure.
Well, and then the division between Laura and her mom. Maybe her mom's warnings about David, were they correct or not? Do we think they're correct? There's something.
At this point, it makes you wonder.
Yeah, there's something going on. There's something that Laura's mom, well, isn't Gloria, her sister.
They're sisters.
Right, they're sisters. So isn't there, it just seems like their mom is hiding something. Like she knows something.
Well, there's a few people. I mean, her dad's the same way. It's like it seems like they know something that she doesn't know.
Right.
You know, it's almost like, and I'm just throwing out spitballing here, but it's like David's in cahoots with her mom and dad.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
And she's like trying, you know, they're just trying to keep Laura calm or something to try and, you know, it's almost like, hey, wait it out.
Right.
Know? It's like, things will be okay. Just gotta wait it out. Shit's going on. We'll figure it out. You know?
Right. And that's what I even wrote in my notes for chapter 12. Does Laura's mom know something about David? And then I feel that Mark is David, David is Mark. I think we all feel that way, right? And then Laura and her mom kind of make this amends when Laura comes over. I don't know why Laura felt that way. I don't remember why she was feeling that she needed to... She just felt like she needed to talk to her mom.
Well, it's like, I don't think she
like
really...
she wants information.
I don't think she really wanted a separation or distance between her and her mom. It's just the way it
Well,
worked
she
out.
even says in that chapter, though, you know, her mom didn't like David, or that's what it seemed, and that's why they eloped. That's why they went to Australia to begin with. So, and then I feel like, so this reporter, Mark, #David, has showed up to this game thing where the team is, and he bets.
Well, okay.
He's testing the waters.
Okay. Like I said, he had to figure out a way to get a tryout.
Yeah.
So he did it the way that any executive would have probably done. He's like, he knows that they always are looking for some kind of like a charity thing.
Yeah.
To make themselves look good, feel good, whatever you want.
It's not about the money for David. I don't think that's what it's about.
It's like money. I don't think really money's an issue.
He wanted to just be the best.
He wants to be the best, and he wants to be back on that team. And the only way to do it was to entice them financially speaking.
Exactly. And he knew how to do it.
And he knew in the back of his mind, okay.
But see, I also think that David wanted this new start because the people after his brother came after him, and he was probably like, I will never be able to play
if they know I'm who I am.
If they know who I am. So, and that's
maybe
not what it was about.
That's a possibility. But then again, like I said, why the heck would you do that to your wife? Couldn't you like tell her
I don't
ahead
know
of time?
why he didn't feed her.
Wouldn't you tell her ahead of time, or you want to make it more realistic?
Put her in danger?
Or does it make it more realistic? You know, because like, you know, TC's like, well, I saw the body. If you saw the body and you knew it was David, hello.
All right, so in chapter 13, what is going on in chapter 13? The victim number 2?
What the heck is up with that?
I don't know what that is.
I shot him in the head.
Yeah, and is this Gloria and Laura's dad is the killer? Is he the killer we're talking about in this chapter? Or is it...
Somebody enlighten me, because I was confused.
Laura's mom? Is it Laura's mom? Is it Laura's dad?
You know,
their dad? Or is it...
Well, if you think about it...
Is it Judy?
Well, it says so. It's like, I shot him in the head, and then it's like, well, what do I do with the body? And then somebody comes walking in, and he's like, what? I'm confused.
See, I'm thinking that it's
confused.
Mary's sister. Isn't Judy Mary's sister? Laura's mom's sister? Judy? If it is, so is she the one that did it? And why?
And why?
Yeah, why?
Why are we blowing people away?
Yeah, so, okay, now we're at chapter 14. Sarita is on the runway, and Laura is going to, or she wants to, she's having flashbacks and memories and all that.
And she gets a phone call.
Right. It's been 4 months since David's death, as far as I know up to this point. Laura has tried to call the bank, or Richard
the accountant guy.
Right, and he's not answering the phone. What's going on with that? You know, he was held at...
See, I think the deal with the accountant guy and why he was taking so long was, and he tells you why later in the book, what he was doing.
Well, you can't skip ahead. Not that far.
Yeah, I know. I didn't say anything. I kept my mouth shut.
But what I was thinking is... Who had the knife or the gun or whatever at the... Who was in the car? Who was in Richard's car? Was it TC? And then Gloria tells Laura, I'm pretty sure it's Laura, she tells somebody that she's moving in with Stan.
Right. She was telling her mom that.
Oh, she was telling Mary that.
Yeah,
Okay, her
yeah.
mom.
She was telling her mom that.
And then we find out also in this chapter that the team is, I don't know, having weird feelings about Mark. They don't like him. Well, some of them don't like him.
He went to the tryout because he's like, I'll give you 10 grand if you let me do this. And they're like, well, we're going to do this. So they put him through their little test thing. He actually beats their little test thing.
I know.
And then,
awesome.
so
he actually beat his old top score.
Right. And so here he is. He's not speaking much. So that kind of makes it kind of weird. And then they are comparing him to David.
Right.
And they're like, we're going to name him the new White Lightning 2.
I think he's not talking a lot, though, because I feel that he would be afraid they'd recognize him.
He's trying to keep them from recognizing him.
That's what I think.
And see, I think when all is said and done, hopefully, I don't know if it's what's going to happen, is that he's going to come out and say, this is who I really am, but I had to do this
we don't know
because... But right now he's trying to conceal himself.
Right, and we don't know if that's because there's a behind-the-scenes investigation with the FBI to catch the people that maybe hurt David, and that's why he couldn't.
I wonder if he's in like a
witness protection or something. And the last thing I say for chapter 14 is, what did Mary do that she is so paranoid or so weird about? What is her secret? What is Mary's secret? I'm so boggled by that. Alright, so that's pretty much where we are. That's where I concluded, is what did Mary do? Well,
and then they've got the part where Lauren went to the...
She's getting ready to go to Australia, back to...
Well, she had went... Okay.
Yeah. Where she's getting ready to do that soon. There's my notes. That's all as far as I got on my notes. That was all I wanted to cover. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, or if you guys are all like, wait, Sheila, I'm lost, you said this or you said this, then please go back and read chapters 8 to 14 so you know what we're talking about, where we are. Read it for yourself. I'm sure Harlan Coben would appreciate it if you'd read the book yourself. I'm sure he would. And so far, I don't hate the book. I understand he was young, so that does help. I'm glad he told us that, because that does help. And I can't wait to continue to read this book with you guys. 15 to 21 should be out very soon. Like, very, very soon. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any comments, questions, anything like that, anything you want to discuss, wish Harlan Coben a happy birthday. He's turning 60. Woo! And I can't wait for his book, The Match, to come out on March 15th, 2022. I believe it is like a sequel or a second book to The Boy in the Woods. So if you haven't read The Boy in the Woods, you might want to read that first before you read The Match, because his characters usually like continue. It's not a standalone, I know that. All right. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Breathe with me. And we will see you in the next Buddy Read, or the next time on Books I Read. Bye!